Hi guys, my name is Lacey of Spooky Lips and Fat Hits, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about something that I feel like I'm late to the party about, but also equally right on time for, and that is all of the craziness that is YouTube and the YouTube Partnership Program and the Adpocalypse and all that good stuff. I have notes written down. I have a prepared stream of conscience to maintain throughout this video, so I'm not just a rambling crazy person like in most videos. But yeah, I want to talk about this video, one, because I am a new content creator, and two, because I think even if you're not a content creator, a lot of what's been happening on YouTube clearly affects viewers, and I just feel like it's worth talking about. I don't always want to talk about makeup on my channel. I kind of want to talk about other things that I care about or I think are worth talking about. So we're going to talk about YouTube today as a whole. So just to give like a glossary of words I'm probably going to be using throughout this video in case you're not so obsessively into YouTube to the level that I am, so you know what I'm talking about. We're going to be talking about the Adpocalypse, which was like an event, but not really like one specific event, just like a thing that happened in like the last 2 years where advertisers realized that their videos were being played on videos that they did not deem appropriate or like advertiser friendly, whether they had cursing or violence or political commentary. All kinds of things got flagged to not be advertiser friendly. Demonetizing, if you watch bigger YouTubes, you might have heard this word thrown around a lot because it's in everybody's mouth. Demonetizing is basically what I just touched on. It's when you can put ads on your videos, but then after your video is released, something happens in the YouTube Google algorithm that tells them that your video is not advertiser friendly, and then you are demonetized, meaning you can no longer play ads on your videos. And then finally, the YouTube Partnership Program, which is the newest thing that everyone's been talking about because there have been changes to who can become a YouTube partner. And basically what a YouTube partner is somebody who meets the requirements to be able to play ads on their videos. So what happens is Google owns YouTube. YouTube partners with different advertisers and says, hey, we're going to put ads on your videos. We're going to take the majority of the profit that advertisers are paying us, but you can have some of it as long as you follow our rules. And most content creators are like, cool. And they have the option to put as many ads as they want into their video, which is why more and more so lately, you're seeing some creators abuse how many ads they put in their content, but I'll get into that in a second. So first, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the YouTube partnership change because I feel like I'm in the minority with my thoughts on this. So like I said, if you were a YouTube partner, basically you're agreeing with YouTube that you're okay to have ads played on your video and that you get a small cut, they get a bigger cut, they're a business, and once you reach like $100, they'll send you a check, right? I don't make money off of my videos. I'm a nobody, but I believe you make like pennies. Like I really don't think you get much per ad view as it was. Gonna be reading from my notes. It used to be, okay, side note. I remember when ads weren't on YouTube videos, and I remember what a big deal it was when they were put onto YouTube and like people flipping out that they would have to watch ads before they could watch people having motorcycle bike accidents. I don't know. Classic YouTube, which is a trash can of internet garbage. But anyway, not to say it wasn't good. You know what I mean. The old but not original, because it used to be much stricter guidelines to be a YouTube partner. The one that is most recently being changed, you used to have 10,000 overall lifetime views on your channel. And that was pretty much it. The new guidelines you have to meet are you have to have 4,000 watched hours per year on YouTube for your account, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So to put that into perspective for someone like me, I've been on YouTube over 2 months. I have 380 subscribers now, which I'm very thankful and I love you guys. And I just checked this morning, I have 20,564 watched minutes as of like 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm not even fucking close to being able to monetize my videos. Also, there was a lot of like nervousness while this was happening because they also said they were going to take away YouTube partnership perks to creators who didn't meet this new switch, which included like being able to create custom thumbnails and use links, hit your credits and things like that. From what I understand, you can still put links in your videos. You can still use custom thumbnails. I do. You can still put cards in your videos. You can only just link to your own videos. You can't link to outside sources if you're not a YouTube partner, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, wrapping all that up, that's all the boring logistical stuff. Like I said, I fully believe I'm in the minority of thinking that this change to the YouTube partnership program is a good thing, and I'm going to tell you why. I feel like as a YouTube viewer, because I've been watching YouTube for a hell of a long time, I feel like YouTube has been getting pretty shitty in the last couple years. You might not agree with me, but hear me out. YouTube has become so commercialized, it's become so competitive, it's become so clickbaity, it's becoming so profit oriented where the people who it's amazing that you can even make a career out of being a YouTuber, right? Like that is something that when I was growing up was never a thought. It was that I didn't even know you could make money off of YouTube. And when you could make money off YouTube, I remember it being a very hush hush thing. Nobody openly talked about it to the degree in which they do now. But yeah, like I was saying, YouTube is so competitive now. To the point where it makes everything I feel like I'm watching feel so mass produced, so commercialized, so robotic, and so not fun or genuine. I can see so many YouTubers just getting so bored with what they're creating and censoring themselves so they can stay advertiser friendly, because this goes back into the adpocalypse. Basically what was happening was people who previously never had an issue being able to monetize their videos all of a sudden had to completely change their content so they can continue making money off of YouTube. So that's why if you watch YouTubers for a span of years, maybe you might have seen a lot of people starting to censor themselves by physically bleeping out their cuss words or being very careful about what they say and things like that. There's also an algorithm to YouTube where you need to get so many people to engage with your video in order for it to get shown to other people, which is why clickbait has become even more popular, I feel like, than it has ever before, and having very hyperbolic titles and crazy things like world's craziest blah blah blah, you'll never guess what happens, parentheses emotional. Like I said, all this makes for crap content, right? And I feel like maybe you can agree with me. Everyone's the same, and especially I'm going to target the beauty community in this for 5 seconds. I've had to unsubscribe from most of the bigger YouTube channels because everything was unoriginal, everything was mass produced. You could see the lack of enjoyment in everyone's faces. They were just like, oh my god, I'm gonna review this product and because I have to, and I'm just here for the money, and I'm kind of making that obvious. I'm not really excited. And you can see on their faces they're not into it. You can see on their faces this is their job. And it's cool that it is their job, but at the same time I feel like YouTube is supposed to be a place of creativity, inspiration, and community building, and it's not. Now it's just I want to be a YouTuber so I can make money. This is where I get into why I'm making this video, right? So I made my channel literally in the midst of this partnership change, and then every small channel was like, holy shit, what am I gonna do? I'm never gonna be able to monetize. Help. And a couple of bigger channels were encouraging other smaller channels to promote themselves in the comments and for people to reach out and support themselves, which I'm so for. I honestly don't understand why more bigger channels don't take the time to shout out smaller channels and to help everybody out. I feel like that goes back into the competition thing where people are so afraid that if somebody else blows up then they won't get views anymore, but I personally feel like that's not how it works. When I find a new YouTuber that I like, I don't stop watching old ones. I just have a new YouTuber that I watch. That's silly. And I'm so supportive of channels that have taken the time to mention me. I feel like, you ever see that meme where it's like, who me? No, I'm just a worm. That's fully me. And I feel like that anytime anyone bigger on YouTube is kind to me or notices me. But I also had a lot of people being like, let's follow each other and help get each other to YouTube partnership goals, but you're not ever going to watch my videos, are you? You're just kind of looking out for yourself. It's no different than when I post something on Instagram and I get comments that are like, I'm a new beauty account, check me out and follow me back, smiley face. This is why I feel like the change is a good thing. I feel like that took an incredibly long time to get to this point, but here we go. I feel like if it's harder to make money off of YouTube, it's going to weed out the people who only want to do YouTube for the money. And that's going to weed out the shitty content that we know is just I gotta put something up on the internet today so I can get enough clicks to keep my lights on, so here we go. And instead it's gonna encourage people to get on camera because they have something interesting to say, or they have a new take on something, or they just want to share their opinion, or they have, a different perspective. Like I said before, people, it sucks that money is always like the factor of everything, right? And even more so, I don't know if this is a tangent or not, but my mom works at our local high school, and she tells me that like teenagers that she works with actively think that like YouTube is like a job that they're going to strive for. Like when you ask them, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" instead of being like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever generic jobs," people, kids are actively like, "I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a daily vlogger, I want to be a gaming channel, blah blah." And that's cool, but that just like further hits home the point that this is no longer for the fun of it or for the creativity or for, producing something. This is clearly just a money-making operation in every sense of the word, from YouTube and advertisers down to the creators themselves, right? So if you take all that away, you take the chance of you getting money away, or you make it very harder to reach. Like I said, it weeds out the people who don't want to do this, because YouTube is a little, like, not very, but it's a little labor intensive. You do have to make time to sit down and film. Editing always takes longer than you think it's going to. It's kind of an investment to get lights that you like and a camera that you like and all that stuff. It's time consuming to interact with people, and I think it's shitty if you don't interact with your viewers. Just personally, I love interacting with people who take the time to watch me, because again, I'm that worm who may like, can't believe you're watching me to begin with. The last thing I kind of want to touch on with all of this is I feel like if there's these strict rules about YouTube now, and there's these strict rules about who is allowed to make money off YouTube, then I'm hoping with all of my heart that that means that there's going to be more accountability for the people who are abusing this platform. And I chose this weekend. I'm filming this on a Sunday, but it should be going up Monday, when Casey Neistat is posting his interview with the CBO of YouTube, which is a big deal. And if it's up before I do this, I'm going to link it down below, where he's supposedly sitting down with the CBO and asking all these questions that everyone has for YouTube, which really stemmed from the Logan Paul thing. And I'm not going to talk about the Logan Paul thing, really. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't know who Logan Paul is, physically just type the name Logan Paul into the YouTube search bar and you will get the whole story from a million different sources, believe me. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this was happening before the Logan Paul thing happened, but just got blown up in everyone's faces after the fact, because Logan Paul is someone who makes millions of dollars off of YouTube and gets away posting horrible, horrible things. I'm not talking about like his specific daily content, but I'm talking about the two most recent incidences of human indecency, to put it in a very, very calm, lacy point of view, because trust me, I have a lot of thoughts about the Logan Paul thing. And as someone who works with deceased bodies, I am a forensic anthropology student. Like, I especially have thoughts concerning like specifically what he did and ethics behind that, but that's not this video. Too many people have already talked about it. I'm ranting now. I have my thoughts. See, even when I write my thoughts down, it doesn't stop me from being a ranty mess. As I was saying, if YouTube is going to put the pressure down on smaller channels, it needs to be putting the pressure down on these bigger channels who are abusing their platforms, who are traumatizing their audiences, who are breaking guidelines, and supposedly YouTube is doing that. Again, I'm not getting into it. Just type Logan Paul's name into YouTube, you will get the full story. But that's another thing that I really hope this change does, is it just creates more accountability. While I think that everyone has a right to this platform, and I feel like everyone should have a right to a voice, and this is a great place to put your voice out in the world, there are some people who clearly abuse it, whether it's by stealing other people's content and uploading it directly so they can profit off somebody else's hard work, or posting insensitive material when your audience is mostly made up of children, or I've touched on in my one ranty video, accusing people on a mass platform of horrific things that they may or may not have done. The weird kind of dark child exploitation side of YouTube that currently exists, and I'm going to see if I can link information below about that because I don't want to talk about it right now. But yeah, all of that, this video took a turn. But yeah, that oh gosh, that really is where I stand on all this. I feel like making it harder for people to monetize their videos, making it harder for people to stay monetizable, if that is a word, is a good thing because YouTube has kind of become a crappy place. And I'm really optimistic that that's changing. Even just being a content creator myself, even just watching smaller content creators, I feel like there are so many people with so many interesting ideas and so many interesting things to say that are going to slowly start to weed out and replace these bigger YouTubers that clearly don't want to be doing it anymore. They just want to keep, like I said, their lights on. If that's the case, move on. You know, you don't have to keep doing YouTube. It's okay to get on camera and be like, guys, my heart's not in this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to move on and be an entrepreneur. I want to try making makeup companies. I want to try doing these other things. Like, I feel like when your time has come on YouTube and you're not doing it anymore, you're not happy getting on camera anymore, and it translates into your videos, it's time. You gotta go. I'm hoping the greediness leaves. I'm hoping, I don't know, man. I know personally I'm getting very tired of seeing 5 advertisements in a 10-minute video because people need to squeeze every damn dime out of that, money tree. But I just feel like it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to find YouTube creators that I feel like are new and engaging and exciting and creative and artistic when there's just a flood of people being like, look at me, pay my bills, if any of that makes sense. And to anyone who is watching this who wants to start a YouTube channel and is hoping that they can make money off of it one day, I can't speak to how you get to that point, but I can speak to how you make a YouTube channel and how to give a shit about it. I really love doing this, and that's why I have this book. That's why if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this book a lot, because this is truly like my book of ideas. If I even have like a glimmering thought of something that I feel like could be cool to make a YouTube video on, I will write it down and try to perfect it because I'm just excited. I'm excited with the engagement levels. I'm excited with like meeting you guys and talking to you guys and hearing what you have to say. I'm excited to be, becoming friends with other YouTubers, and I'm excited with just my growth, and I'm excited with this community, and I'm excited with how kind and accepting everyone has been. And it makes me so happy when I get on YouTube and I see comments that are telling me like, you love what I have to say, you love my personality, like that's a lot to someone who's not used to hearing that. That is so heartwarming and so incredible that it makes me want to keep doing this because I'm just happy, and it's fun to edit a video and include like my little, ranty word vomit things that happen, or like putting funny captions up and like just seeing what else I can do. I really want to get new editing software so I can be even more creative because this is just fun. And that's the point. I feel like YouTube needs to go back to when it was fun. And I feel like all of these YouTube changes, as much as most people feel like they suck and it's not fair, I feel like, there's a fuzz. I feel like that's what needs to happen, that YouTube needs to go back to being that fun place where you can watch that kind of internet garbage, but you can also say something important when it needs to be said. That's pretty much everything. I did not stick to my notes at all. Tell me what you guys have to say about all of these YouTube changes. What do you think about the apocalypse, especially if you're just a viewer, not a content creator? If you are a content creator, what do you think about these changes to the YouTube partnership program? What do you think about things like monetizing and making money off of YouTube? Let me know how you feel. I say this in every video, but I absolutely do love talking to you guys about anything that I'm taking the time to make a video about, because that's the point. I want to create a dialogue. I want to talk about it. If there's any other kind of more not makeup-y related topics you want me to talk about, tell me about it. Leave it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you guys for chatting with me. As always, I really do take the time to try to reply to every single comment I ever get because it means that much to me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and hearing another ranty video from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.